A funeral in Walled Lake, a wild late-night party in Detroit, and a ritzy suburban shopping strip. What do these three have in common? It's all about what's inside this balloon. John Moriarty was only 21. His death should be a warning to parents and their kids. These guys are too young to be burying a friend. Nitrous oxide from a big tank killed John Moriarty just a few weeks ago. He inhaled it from a garbage bag. What's scary is that other kids are also chasing this dangerous high. Come along with the problem solvers to a place most of you have never been, an after-hours joint that gets rolling after the bars close, after most of you have gone to bed. It's packed with suburban kids as young as 14, and look what you can buy when you belly up to the bar. That's not Budweiser on tap, it's nitrous oxide, $5 a balloon, and there are plenty of takers.
Get busy time!
Same night, same time, our undercover camera crashes a rave party. Another big tank of nitrous and more balloons. It's no birthday bash, these kids are huffing too. Laughing gas is a wildly popular high with the teens and early 20s crowd, and your kids don't have to go to a party like this one to get it. I found out they can easily get a hold of big tanks of this stuff on their own. A tipster told us about one place kids are buying it by the tankful. The problem solvers went to work to check it out. And guess where we ended up? Not in some seedy back alley. This is Main Street in upscale Rochester. It's a street with nice restaurants, fine stores and boutiques, and this place, Tower Pizza. Our sources told us a lot of kids were scoring big tanks of laughing gas here. What do you think? Is this kid going in for a pie or a high? We spent weeks watching the place with our undercover cameras. We saw a steady parade of young guys in and out with big tanks, the same kind we saw at those crazy underground parties. What's this? Nitrous? Nobody seems too worried about being caught. Check this out. They wheel these monsters right through the dining room. We wondered, is this guy only selling to regulars, or could anyone walk in and get a fill-up? The problem solvers sent this young guy in undercover with an empty tank. Could it really be this easy? In a minute, you'll see what happens when we come back for our tank. The whole thing seems so bizarre. Nitrous oxide at a pizza place? We wondered who was supplying this guy. Do they know what's happening? We tracked down his supplier, a big company called Puritan Bennett Medical Gas. We showed them our undercover video, and they were stunned. The pizza guy told them he was selling nitrous as a fuel additive for racing. You see, that's another legitimate use for nitrous. Racers use it to boost horsepower. The pizza guy claimed he was filling tanks at his automotive garage and selling it to hot rodders. We found out there is no garage. He was filling them right here between pizza orders and selling to just about anyone. Remember our undercover guy? He came back the next day, and guess what? He walked out with a full tank of nitrous, no questions asked. Did the guy ask your name?
Nope.
Did he ask you what you were going to do with it?
Nope.
Did he ask you anything about racing?
Not a thing.
Remember, we're talking about the same gas that killed this guy. It can also be addictive. It's left people temporarily paralyzed. And I've heard a lot of stories about kids passing out, falling, and getting hurt. I'm sure you wouldn't want your kids doing it. Hi, Mr. Hilliard. I'm Scott Lewis from Fox 2. So I thought it was time to have a talk with the owner of Tower Pizza.
You know, I try to check most of the people that come in, excuse me. Some of them, you just don't know about them, you know. So I've definitely cut out of the business.
Now that's convenient, isn't it? Fox 2 shows up and he's suddenly out of the business. I knew that wasn't true. He was expecting a delivery.
So you're done?
Yes, definitely.
But you were expecting another order, weren't you?
There was supposed to be one coming in today, yes.
And who's this guy trying to kid? All those tanks in and out day after day? These guys don't look like racers to me, and most of the tanks are way too big to go in a race car.
Yes, it is suspicious.
You got to believe some of that is being inhaled.
I got to. I have to believe it.
Did you hear that? He admitted it. But at least the kids won't be getting it here anymore. While we were confronting him on the street, his supplier was back at Fox 2 waiting to drop the bomb. Based on our video, they pulled the plug.
Unless you can provide us with the sufficient documentary information that demonstrates that you have been operating a legitimate automotive business, we will no longer be able to supply you. Thank you and goodbye.